Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at an intriguing 8-inch budget tablet that looks really promising on paper. This is the Alldocube iPlay 60 Mini Turbo. Now, I've been looking for a compact Android tablet with decent specs for a while now, and my search led me to this device on AliExpress. Now, I'll admit I wasn't familiar with the Alldocube before, but it turns out they specialize in really affordable Android tablets. This tablet features an 8.4-inch display with a resolution of 1920 by 1200. Under the hood, it's powered by the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 processor, along with 8 gigs of RAM, which should deliver some solid performance. It's equipped with 128 gigs of internal storage, but if you need more, there's a micro SD card slot for expansion. It also has a USB Type-C with video output, so you can easily connect this to a larger display if you like. All right, so let's get this unboxed and see what it's all about. This only cost me $125 when I purchased it on Black Friday weekend. With the shipping, the total cost was $135. At the time of making this video right now, you can get it between $150 to $170 on AliExpress, depending on what sales they're running, or you can pay a little bit more to get it on Amazon. All right, so let's get this out of the packaging and check it out. Definitely a much smaller tablet than I am used to, so I'm currently using as my main tablet a very old tablet, the Samsung Tab S7, which is an 11-inch tablet. But like I said, been looking for something a little bit more compact, easier to carry around, something I could just fit in one hand. And besides the tablet itself, we're going to get a little user guide here, which I probably won't even look at. And of course, I think the charger is in here. Let's get this out. So there's a couple of things that I'm hoping this tablet will do well. I just hope it has a decent display. I'm looking for smooth web browsing. I want to use this for media consumption like YouTube and Netflix. I want to play games like Fortnite and Call of Duty mobile on this. If this thing will play Fortnite well, I'm going to be very happy. And of course, I want to see how it does with a little emulation. Now let's peel this off. All right, so first impressions with the build quality is it feels really good. It feels premium, not like that Five Below $25 tablet that I just recently looked at. Like this feels so much better. It's amazing what much more you can get for only $100 more. So let's get this powered on. And I should mention that this has Android 14 installed. And now I'm just going to go ahead and log in, and then we'll do some testing. I'll run some benchmarks, try to play some YouTube videos, and try to play some games. All right, so we are ready to go. Screen looks really good. It is 227 pixels per inch. Remember, it's a 1920 by 1200. I love again that this is palmable, so you can hold the tablet in your palm of your hand like this. Can't do this with my Samsung tablet. And it doesn't come with a lot of junk or bloatware. These are all the apps that are on the tablet when you first get it going. So this is it. Nothing, no ads, no bloatware. Really nice. So with the OS installed, as you can see, we only have 109 gigs of storage free, but again, this does have a micro SD card slot, so this could fill up pretty quickly, but because of that micro SD card slot, I'm not too worried about it. All right, now let's try to do some web browsing here. And again, the display looks really good. And the more I hold this in my hand, the more I like this particular form factor and the screen size for just web browsing. This is really impressive. All right, now let's check out the Mets page to see if we can browse it easily. This webpage does have a lot going on, and scrolling through it, as you can see, I really have no issues. It's only 60 hertz, but remember, I only paid $125 for this. Now let's check some video playback with the YouTube app. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be checking out what might be the best single slot low profile GPU you can currently get. There are speakers on two sides of the tablet, and they sound decent enough. It's not going to be the best quality, but again, for a cheap tablet, it's totally acceptable. Now, here's a different video, and what I did was I set this to 1080p, and then again, I'm still in the YouTube app, and I'm going to try to put on stats for nerds, additional settings, stats for nerds. And it appears for like a split second, but then it goes away. And for some reason, Stats for Nerds wasn't showing up in the YouTube app. So I try it one more time, and then, yeah, it's just not working for some reason. So then what I did, I opened up a web browser, I opened up Chrome and did the same thing. And for some reason in the web browser, you are able to see Stats for Nerds. I'm not quite sure why it works on the web browser and not the app. But as you can see, I only got a few drop frames here in the beginning of the video, so that's a good sign. I ran some benchmarks and compared them to my Tab S7. So here is Geekbench 6. I got the Tab S7 on top, and we got a single core score of 1272, multi-core of 3382, while the iPlay 60 Mini Turbo got a single core score of 940 and multi-core score of 2933. And in the Wildlife Extreme benchmark, the Tab S7 got a 1249, while the iPlay 60 Mini Turbo got 607. Now let's take a closer look at the tablet a little bit more. Here's the sides of the tablet. Here you have the slot for your micro SD card over here on one side. And this side you have your power button and your volume up and down. Then you have a speaker here and the USB Type-C port. And there's a matching speaker on the other side. Now let's do a little size comparison. So here's the iPlay 60 Mini Turbo. And now just to compare it with the size of my Samsung Tab S7, which is an 11-inch tablet. Definitely a big difference. And just for fun, here is my Samsung Galaxy S21 phone. Now let's try some games. Like I said, if this can play Fortnite, I'm going to be really happy with this. This is just the settings it was already set up as. This is low quality preset set at 30 FPS. I'm using a GameSir G8 Plus. This is connected via Bluetooth. And this controller with this size tablet pairs really well. I really like this form factor here. All right, so as you can see with Fortnite, I was getting 30 FPS there. If I just keep it on low settings, I'm totally happy with that gameplay. Now let's try a couple of other games. Here's Real Racing 3. And here's some Call of Duty Mobile.
Enemy in sight! Changing mag! I got shot! I'm hurt! Tango down! Reloading. Changing mag! Enemy down! I got shot! Target's in sight! Enemy down!
I did want to try one or two emulators. Here is Redream, the Dreamcast emulator. And here is Sega Genesis. I'm using the Limroyd app for this. And here is Metal Slug Anthology. This is on PPSSPP, the PSP emulator. If you want to see another video showcasing some more emulation on this tablet, just let me know in the comments below. So I gotta say, this tablet impressed me. I never even heard of this brand before, but this 8-inch tablet is great. It does everything I want in a small tablet. I can read, browse the web, watch videos, do some gaming. When you add a controller to it, it makes a perfect size handheld gaming device, in my opinion. If you can get this tablet for under 200 bucks, I think it's worth it. This is going to be way better than the Amazon tablets or those Walmart tablets, in my opinion. I do want to mention I didn't try out the camera because I feel like people don't really get tablets to take pictures, so I didn't even bother. If you're going to take a picture, you're going to use your phone. But that's going to do it for this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Thanks for watching.